For all my dummy-free stans watching this video right now, obviously they clicked because of that, dummy-free book review. I just gotta say something real quick. Go watch Troubled Thoughts. I think it's actually quite better than the book. It's on Hunter Coleman's channel, and I'm obviously fucking lying. That was awful. Instead, I'm going to be reviewing Night of the Living Dummy Free. This is quite a popular dummy sequel, mostly because, it's one of the very, very first few. And is obviously the third one in the OG series, and the final one in that series. And yeah, it's even got one of the more iconic covers, done by Jacobus, of course, very beautiful. And yeah, it has a great adaptation episode. I mean, I just voted my opinion on that, but we'll get to that in like, I don't know, a year. Night of the Living Dummy Free. Let's get to it. So, what is this book about? Well, when dummies speak, everybody listens, okay? Trina Odell's dad used to have a ventriloquist act. That's why he has all those dummies in the attic. He calls it his dummy museum. There's a dummy of Freckles, and one with a steer just like Rocky. Trina and her brother Dan think the dummies are pretty cool, but now there are voices in the attic, and the dummies keep showing up in the strangest places. No way those dummies could be alive, right? Yeah, right. Actually, I think this book, Jesus Christ, my voice cracked, it's pretty damn good. I wouldn't say this is the best dummy book by any means, of course. There are far better ones out there, and since upon reread, this one has definitely gone down in score. And I'm not going to give my exact thoughts on the first trilogy, I guess you can say, because I am yet to reread Dummy 2. This book definitely is a lot more different from the episode counterpart, so I immediately recommend you guys just go check it out, because it's a lot different. It's got some similarities, but also a lot of differences, especially towards the climax. Let's get into the upsides now. So what are the upsides for this book? Well, now we're into spoilers. I'm just gonna say it. This book has some great Slappy in it. Slappy, he doesn't come alive. Well, he does come alive early in the book, but he doesn't start doing shit until the climax. Because actually throughout the book, it's been Zane. Zane's been fucking around with the dummies. Yeah, when Slappy does come alive, I think that scene is great. I think the scenes that follow are great, where they throw Slappy in the well, which just like in the episode happens. They drag Slappy for the house and stuff. And, yeah, it's pretty awesome. There's also a scene in the end that I really, really liked. And it was kind of foreshadowed with the cover with all the dummies. And obviously, I was joking in the intro a little bit when I said, right? Yeah, you're right. Actually, kind of you're right. But until the final scene where they actually all come to life, that scene is fantastic. They all come to life and they basically destroy Slappy. They end him. So, yeah, that scene was pretty good for what little of it we got, and that was the only time the actual dummies came to life. Yeah. And might also mention, Rocky never comes to life in this book. I mean, he is, alive in the final scene with all the other dummies, of course, but he doesn't get a good spotlight. He's simply one of the more notable dummies in the book, because he's always, part of Zane's chicanery. But, yeah, he's never, actually alive and doing shit in the book until the climax. I don't think his name is even dropped in there. Not really a downside, because, this is the book, and this shouldn't be associated with the episode, really. I just thought I'd mention that because it's a common misconception. Rocky is never alive in this book. Besides Slappy being great, I think there is actually some decent character growth in the book, because there actually is character growth. I thought that was quite a shocker when he got that with Zane and his cousins, but yeah, it's also in the episode. There's some good character growth between the siblings and Zane. Definitely better in the episode, though, but not comparing them. Yeah, good character growth. This book is also one of the scarier ones, I'd say, before you start learning what the hell is going on with the dummies, Zane's shenanigans, or chicanery, and whatever. I liked all the scenes building up to that, where you thought the dummies were alive, unless you already know the twist of the book, where, Zane's pulling all the strings until the final few chapters. Yeah, I thought it was pretty damn good. I liked all the scenes involving it. There's this one scene where they find Slappy, I believe, or Rocky at the dinner table late at one night. And, it's pretty interesting. There's also a scene where I believe one of the dummies breaks his camera. Of course, we don't get to see it, but it's pretty heavily hinted that the dummies did it. And then, of course, we get the scene where Zane is caught, which I also thought was good. Yeah, just lots of great moments with Zane throughout, and the dummy stuff. I also like the characters in this one. I think Trina and Dan's relationship is fine. I thought it was a decent part of the story, at least. Trina herself is an actually good protagonist. I actually really like Zane as a character. You know, actual character growth involving him alone, because he's, you know, not afraid of the dummies anymore, just like in the episode, of course. Yeah, good character growth, like I said earlier, but also good characters in general. Like the parents as well, they were fine. Yeah, and a notable change from the episode is that Zane's dad is actually here with him. I actually thought that was pretty cool. He was a decent character. I'd also like to mention I really like the setting. I forgot to put this in the actual review, but yeah, I actually really enjoyed the setting. I like how it isolates them from many places, you know, because they're actually in the countryside. Forgot to mention that. And they can bike around and stuff. There's a decent scene involving Zane and everybody biking around, you know, becoming good friends in the character growth bull shenanigans. I almost said a cuss word there, even though I cuss all the fucking time. I liked it. Liked the setting. Also, the dummy attic was pretty cool. Yeah. So what didn't I like about the book? Well, first off, I think this is definitely not as bad as the one we're about to get into, but Zane, the ending twist with him was kind of rough. It involves a certain dummy character being given to Zane, presumably Slappy. I mean, not presumably, it's fucking Slap. The cousins give Slappy to Zane, knowing damn well what's gonna go down at Zane's place tonight. And hopefully it ain't the Shingles movie. Yeah, fuck that shit. I didn't exactly hate the ending. I thought it was kind of cool. But in sense of the character growth they kind of had with the truce and stuff, and, you know, the chicanery that all went down, I think it's kind of rude and kind of sour, like I said earlier, I believe, unless I cut that out for some reason. I still like it, kind of, but I also kind of dislike it, so it's certainly a very flip-flop ending for me. Now, I also do not like this. This in particular. No way those dummies could be alive, right? Those dummies, plural, not just fucking Slappy, not just Zane chicanery throughout the book. No. Those dummies. Read the book up until, I don't know, like page 100 and something. Man, it was kind of a disappointment in what it was being advertised. As you guys can probably tell, dummies were advertised to fuck the go and come alive and cause havoc, and that was not what we got, and it's kind of sad. We did get at, but for very shortly. It was like half a fucking page. It was rough. Not very, you know, well, worth the payoff. It was still a great moment in the book. Definitely a huge highlight, but it's just like, really? It kind of angers me what we were supposed to get here and what we didn't get. So with all that said, what would I rate the book? It's kind of hard because there's a few, you know, notable downsides, just two, and there's a lot of good that pushes it, though, and made this read a very fun read. I think I read this all in one night, back in July or something. Yeah, and I still remember a lot of the book. So I'm going to give this book a strong, maybe loose, maybe could turn down to an 8.5 later, depending on what I think of it upon rethinking. And besides, the twists that I didn't like were actually not half bad, it's just like, in context, you know, with the rest of the story. I'm going to give this book a strong 9 out of 10 for now. Once again, like I did with my other review, I think recently for the TV book of Girl Cried Monster, it can easily flip-flop. And yeah, this is a good example. I'm not going to give it a strong, definitive 9 out of 10, but I'll give it for now just a strong 9 out of 10 on that dot. It could easily flip down to 8.5 though. Yeah, 9 out of 10. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if I sound like a major dummy free stan, but I kind of am. I might be biased, but either way, it's still just definitely better than Dummy 1, but I don't know about Dummy 2. It could be a lot better. I haven't reread it in a while, so we'll have to wait and see when I get to rereading that very, very soon. Yeah, overall, though, really like this book. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. I don't want to hear you guys' bullshit about, Dummy free stan, it's just the same as Dummy 1. No, the fucking ain't. Shut the fuck up, fucking bitch. Anyways, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Tell me what you think about this book below, and yeah, see ya. Bye.